know you see the harbor behind me, this Kampo harbor. Most people don't think of the ocean when you think of Gyeongju, but trust me, we're still here. Anyways, this is actually a very wealthy area because of the harbor. It's been here at least 100 years. Some of the most beautiful alleys you can find are actually located just behind me on that side. We've reached our destination. This is Haegukgil. Actually, Haeguk is this nice little flower over here. It's a type of sunflower. And I'm really excited to explore this really colorful area. Why don't we get going? So it's actually really colorful. And I'm actually surprised there are not so many tourists here. Usually people who like Instagram, they come to this kind of place and there's always like lines, but you won't find any of that here. Which is kind of surprising because it's really pretty. I'm stopping to take a picture every few steps. And I don't do that very often. Usually I'll walk a while and I find a nice picture, but here, there's a nice photo everywhere I look. The alleys are very narrow too. These are the kinds of things I like. You know, they're very tight, very colorful. It's perfect. Looks like there's a lot more that way. It looks like a very beautiful view. Actually, this was a view that only in the past the richest were able to afford, because the area you see behind me is a relic of Japanese imperialism. These houses are actually of Japanese architecture. You might have noticed they're a little different from Korean style homes. That's because this port was open for Japanese. And this area was where the wealthy Japanese lived. So why don't we dig a little into the past? As I previously mentioned, this area was for wealthy Japanese. And these houses are very Japanese style. Now you might be wondering, what do I mean by Japanese style? They like things to be very symmetrical, very kind of squarish, like cubes. Here's a very good example. Now this is much older, but it's very different from what you would see from a Korean house. Now, if we were living in the past, and if this was a bit newer, you could really tell that this was not something that was Korean. After they were forced back to their own country, Koreans came back to retake this area, and you can tell that it's being kind of remodeled a little. So it's lost that kind of Japanese character that it used to have, but you can still tell there's something there. It's not completely Japanese and it's not completely Korean either. It's very unique, I think. I really, really enjoy this view. The lines draw your eye towards that little tunnel. And you also have the Korean signs and barbershop. It looks very nice to me, very pleasant. That's why I like taking pictures like this. I want to show people what they would not otherwise see. Like there's more things over here. Oh, I wonder what they're doing in here. Oh, they're playing some kind of game. 안녕하세요.
어서요. 본전이다. 본전이다. 연들이 떠가. 떠가 떠가. 요거는 부침맛다.
I understand they're playing some kind of card game. They even have some money. But to be honest,
부침맛 홍다이다.
I'm not very familiar with the way
Yeah,
Koreans play games. What are you doing?
60, 90, 100. 요거는 이제 요거 하고 어디 갔노?
이 양반들 선생 줄 필요 없더라. 이거는 하는 거 아니니까.
이거 어디 갔노? 아 이거 여름은 저거 초다. 그 따가가는 건 없다 이거. 시간 보낸다. 나이 먹으면 치매 오고 정신 없고 그렇다고 이제 이런 거 치는 거야. 시간도 보내고. 요게 이제
날마다 와서 놀아.
청당.
내가 우리 할머니가 친구거든.
맛있을까 이제 오늘 청당하고.
Doesn't it get pretty cold in here in the winter?
이거 굉장히 따시고
여기가 한국에서 제일 따순.
여름에 서운코.
따순데 여가. 나는 40년도 넘었어.
넘었어.
저 전라남도에서 살아갖고 경상도에서 살다가.
우리도 40살 무가가 와가 여기 와가 81한다. 그러니까 한 40년 살았는 튀기대.
잘 살았는지.
여기는 바닷가이기 때문에 고기가 많이 나야 돈도 많고 고기가 없으면 바짝 말라가지고 딱하고.
바다가 고기는 그전에 많이 날 때는 괜찮은데 이제 자꾸 고기가 메말라 바다에 고기가 없어. 원래는 그러고 살았는데 우리도 한 40년 이상 여기서 살았는데 딴 얘기에서 온 사람들이 많고.
이제 객지 사람들이 많고 여기 지방 사람은 자꾸 도시로 나가보고 그래 이 길가 이래 다니면 아는 사람 별로 없어.
I can't get my mind off the harmonies we just saw. Because, you know, for me as an outsider, it looks kind of really sad. They look kind of lonely. But when you actually dive deeper into their feelings and you talk to them, you realize they're just having a really good time with their old friends. It brings me a little bit more peace to know that they feel much better in such a nice atmosphere such as this one. It's very peaceful. Now I know many Koreans look at this and think they're just kind of old alleys, but I think they're quite beautiful in their own way. We're in the alleys of Komajang. It's a small town by the seaside. It's actually, this used to be a very rich place. I don't know if you can tell by looking at it now, but it's got kind of a timeless beauty to it. The cracks on the walls, the architecture, the seaside, which is actually the selling point to this. It's quite beautiful. I just like this kind of view. Open door with an ocean. One point that I do want to add though is that this place is slowly fading away. You can see it with a crumbling infrastructure. The people are aging, people are leaving. And like many other towns, this area is slowly fading over time.
이름이 거마자이라는 것은 이 공중에서 보면은 거대한 말 한 마리가 누워 있는 형상을 해가지고 그래서 거마장이라는 말이 생겼습니다. 옛날에는 가옥수가 몇 가옥 안 살았어요. 한 4-5가구 아주 옛날에는 고래가 차츰차츰 혼자 외지에서 들어오고 이래가지고 마을이 형성되고 지금은 한 35가구가 살고 있습니다.
Most of the people seem like they're gone, but why are you still here?
여기는 공기도 좋고 전부 다 이웃 사촌처럼 형제처럼 지내고 그래가지고 여기 자리를 잡고 놀러 다녔어요.
You seem like you really love this town. Do you?
아주 마을을 아주 사랑하죠.
As you might have noticed, I'm not really interested in the main streets because that's the same path everybody takes. Everybody walks the main streets, everybody takes the same pictures, everyone goes to the same stores, eats the same things. I like exploring the back streets or the alleys because that's the path less people take. That's where you can see the more unique things, you can take the different kinds of photos that other people probably will never see. And for me, the alleys, I guess, represent an alternative path. Just something different that most people will never see in their life. So I want to show people that there's more than just the main path. If you just take a moment to go out of your way and explore different areas, you'll find more beautiful things that people will never find before.